Lisa. Welcome back to another recipe video. Today I'll be sharing how to make authentic vegan miso soup 4 different ways. A lot of people don't know this, but miso soup is actually usually not vegan because it starts with dashi, and dashi is made with fish, so it's fish-based. It would be like a fish-based soup broth. I've seen some vegan miso soup recipes using vegetable broth and water, and to me personally that's not really miso soup because the flavor really does come from the dashi, and to me that would just be like vegetable soup. I'm using dashi granules just for convenience, but you can of course make your own dashi at home really easily. And if you want a video tutorial on how to make dashi at home, let me know and I can definitely do that. These are ones that my grandma and my mom made for me all the time when I was growing up, and they're really simple but really good. So I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. And yeah, let's go and make some miso soup. First, add in the water and the dashi granules over medium-high heat into a pot. Once it starts to boil, add in the daikon and then cover it with a lid and let it cook until it's nice and tender. Turn off the heat and dissolve the miso paste into the soup, and I like to use a fine mesh sieve for this so that there's no chunks of miso in the soup. So for harder vegetables, you want to add it in before the miso so it has time to cook, and this is probably my favorite version of miso soup. The daikon gets slightly sweet and tender, and it's super satisfying to eat, especially with a nice bowl of rice. Once again, add in some water and dashi granules into a pot over medium-high heat. Once it starts to boil, turn off the heat and then dissolve the miso paste into the soup. You never want to boil or simmer the soup once it has the miso in it because it kind of changes the flavor of the miso, and it also kills the good nutrients and probiotics that it has. For the spinach version, just add in some quick boiled spinach. You can also add raw spinach and just let it wilt, but it will change the color of the miso soup into like a dark green. Another variation that I think is the most popular is tofu and wakame, and again for these ingredients you want to add it after the miso paste because they don't need much time to cook or heat up. As a bonus, I also want to include another variation of miso soup that's enjoyed around the New Year's. It's called ozoni, and it's basically miso soup with rice cakes inside. First, to make the rice cake, mix the silken tofu and the glutinous rice flour together until it forms a dough. Divide it into 5 to 6 pieces and then use your knuckle to put an indent in the middle. Bring a pot of water to a boil and add in the mochi pieces. Once they float to the top, they're cooked, so just scoop them out using a slotted ladle and then place them into some cold water. Now for the actual soup, I'm just cutting out some carrots and daikon with a flour cookie cutter, but this is just for decoration, so you can just chop them up and keep them as circles. Add the water and dashi to the pot and then bring it to a boil. Add in the shiitake mushrooms, carrots, and daikon and let it simmer until the vegetables are nice and tender. Turn off the heat and then dissolve the miso paste in. You can add in the mochi into the soup to heat it through again, or just add it to your bowl and then pour the soup on top. This is the Kansai style of ozoni because of the miso added, but if you'd like to try a soy-based ozoni or the Kanto region version, I'll link the recipe to that down below. Also for the mochi, typically people buy it in packs and grill them, which is what I actually prefer, but I couldn't find them this year, so I decided to make my own, and it actually came out really nice, so all is good. But if you do get a chance to find the mochi and grill them, it's even better. But yeah, I love ozoni. My family eats it every New Year's for like 2 to 3 days straight. And if you like sweet things, there's also a sweet version of this called oshiriko or zenzai, and it's a red bean soup with the mochi, which is really tasty as well. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this really simple video on how to make miso soup. I hope you try these variations of miso soup and love them as much as I do. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to stick around for more content like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!